Day 3 of the Kap Sani2C is a celebration day. Riders know that they've conquered the two toughest stages and a fantastic 86 k's remain to get down to the warm Indian Ocean and the beautiful town of Scottsboro. The day is packed with amazing features like Vernon Crooks and many others, and the racing today did not disappoint at all. The top men's teams, the top ladies teams put everything into it, and it was super close coming in and across the line. We kicked things off earlier on, of course, up at Jolivet Farm, so let's head back up the hill once again to wrap up your final stage of the 2019 edition of the Kap Sani2C from a racing perspective, but also showing the pure beauty and the scale of Day 3. It's stunning out there. Let's go and take a look.
The third and final stage of the Kap Sani2C race had two starts. The early birds were batches C downwards, and they rolled away from Jolivet Farm after a stunning night hosted by the Linford School community. After a leisurely coffee and breakfast, A and B batches fired up their legs for a mid-morning departure. 86 kilometres, 850 metres of climbing awaited on the race to Scottsboro Golf Club. Leaders Team Paiga Eurosteel's Philip Bass and Matthijs Bierkes had just over 3 minutes in hand over DSV's Gert Haynes and Arne de Toy. Dormakaba's Robin de Groot and Sam Sanders had just under 4 minutes to defend over Galileo Risk's Theresa Ralph and Sarah Hill. A charge through Derek Whiteley's cane fields and along the Fafa River towards the first climb of the day, Clint's Climb, and that sorted the contenders from the pretenders. The split saw the race leaders joined by their second team of Peter de Toy and Philemon Sabona, as well as Matt Beers and Stuart Murray of NAD Pro and Team DSV's Haynes and de Toy. Hovering around 40 seconds off were the Mbuko Giant youngsters Nicole Carstens and Marco Hubert after the latter had a minor fall. The toughest challenge of the day, the wickedly steep and rough work to be done climb in Vernon Crooks Nature Reserve, was conquered by all the leading group. But shortly afterwards, Haynes stopped to sort out a broken spoke, and DSV's hopes of an overall or stage win were gone. That gave third place NAD Pro the chance to close the gap on GC and take second place. With their closest GC rivals off the pace, Paiga Eurosteel were in control up front. The brutal power of Matt Beers had partner Stuart Murray hanging on as they closed in on the Chep floating bridge in Scottsboro. On the drag up to the finish, Peter de Toy laid down the power. Beers matched him, but Murray was a spent force, and Philemon Sabona finished ahead of him to ensure a first stage win for the Paiga Eurosteel second team. Phil Bass and Matthijs Bierkes rolled home seconds later to claim the overall victory by 4 minutes and 24 seconds. Beers and Murray for NAD Pro took second as DSV's Haynes and de Toy lost just over 5 minutes.
Challenging few days, but especially yesterday is the make or break day, so yesterday was quite hard, and thankfully stuff played out so we can just sit wheel today, so it made it a lot easier today, but really happy to take an Sani win.
After 3 days of enthralling racing in the women's race, Stage 3 was another fight to the bitter end between leaders Dormakaba and chasers Galileo Risk. Robin de Groot and Sam Sanders had just under 4 minutes over Theresa Ralph and Sarah Hill and spent the morning managing their efforts and marking any attacks. The Dormakaba pair were a picture of composure and confidence, an encouraging sign for both. De Groot riding her first race of the year after surgery in January, and Sanders back on the bike after a serious bout of flu. Like the men's race, it also came down to a sprint at the golf club. De Groot led out Sanders, but Sarah Hill was behind her, and Theresa Ralph just pipped Sanders on the line to take a second stage win in a row. But the overall victory went to Dormakaba's Robin de Groot and Sam Sanders by 3 minutes and 57 seconds.
Still here on the line, and the last 2 days. There's Instagram stories on our channel, folks. You have to go and check it out.
such a manicured route. That farmer Glenn has got such a vision, it's unbelievable.
3 days. Day 1 was awesome. Day 2 was ultimately awesome, and day 3 was fantastically, superly awesome.
Everybody that misses out on this, you miss something. Like I always say yes, and then you've got a story to tell. I've been recommending it for years. It's an incredible ride. It's a journey not to be forgotten. It's a fantastic experience, it's life-changing, and you have to do it once in your life.